Thank you very much, Tammy. Well, new research shows that a sense of purpose and community connections in life is important for midlife and older adults, not just for kids. It's for everyone, in fact. Designer Debbie Travis, and master of reinvention, joins us to tell us why face-to-face beats Facebook and how you can cultivate community connections in your life. We appreciate it with your book, Design Your Next Chapter. It's been a runaway success.
Thank you. I know.
And people are loving it because I think people are looking for something like that. They want to find those connections.
Yeah, I think the book is aimed at really everything from empty nesters, people taking early retirement, and young people who are maybe have gone into one job and then thought, this is not for me. Or the people, I think a lot of people who were like myself, had been in the same position for a long time. You know, I did television for 25 years. I'm still here. and it just gets to the stage where it starts to feel a bit déjà vu. So it's not like you regret the job you did, but it's like, there's a great Italian word, it's basta, enough now, I want to do something that kind of makes me sing. I think the old-fashioned way of retirement is going, because, you know, when especially men had jobs for 40 years, all they wanted to do was retire and go on their lawnmower. Now we're a different breed of people.
But they'd all be dead in a year, too, after that, because they wouldn't have anything.
Exactly, they wouldn't have anything,
right?
and that's the purpose. And we're going to this really incredibly interesting time with people like Jane Fonda, you know, doing a new series at 80, and you know, there's lots we can do, but if we don't have a purpose and a goal, we fade away, really.
I think it's wonderful that we're re-embracing older people and seeing them. We're seeing Dick Van Dyke in the new Mary Poppins. You know, he's 90. He was 92. We're embracing the knowledge and what people bring to the table.
Exactly.
How important is it, though, to have connections with people within the community of various, like not just your friends at the same age, but various people in the community?
Well, this whole book came out of what I'm doing in Italy, which is holding retreats. So I bought this villa, and then I thought, well, I have to do something. But I felt so good when I was there. So obviously it's the food and the wine, but it was the people and watching the communities in these little ancient villages and the longevity. So, you know, there's a woman in my village who's 102 and she's just opened her first shop and she's selling her old underwear. I don't think she actually sells anything, but she starches it. But she's up and alive and she's, you know, she's there, 102. And so I thought, this is remarkable. So when we invite women over for these retreats, that's one of the things they take home. And, you know, it's about the purpose of people helping each other. So we're going into this, you know, this world of social media now, which is amazing. I love Instagram. I'm doing it all the time. But there has to be both. And last night we did a big event, and there were a lot of young people there, and they were talking to people, women of all ages, at this big dinner, and they were all saying the same thing. We've got to try harder, because social media can be quite lonely.
Absolutely.
Really lonely. And we don't think we are, but we're on our couch, having a good time, doing all this kind of stuff. But you have to do both. So we have to kind of reteach ourselves. You know, like Dina, who's swanning away on some beach at the moment. We had a quick coffee last week, which went into 5 hours. And all we did was talk girl talk. 8 conversations going at once, you know, like that. But I think you get this, I'm not a doctor, but I think you get the same endorphins that you get when you go for a run. You feel, you know that feeling of girls' night out? Well, you don't, girls' night out.
I'll trust.
Try.
Okay.
But any woman watching, girls,
guys, it's seeing your buddies.
It's the same thing, seeing your buddies.
Hanging out with your buddies.
So every woman who comes home from girls' night out says, why do we not do this every week? What, you know, why does it take us 6 months to all? Because you feel silly, you know, you have fun, another girl brings another friend, and you meet somebody new. Last night, the restaurant said to me, there were 150 women there, said, the noise level was off the scale. This restaurant never sees this. And everybody was like leaning over the table, meeting new people, chatting. And that's what it's all about. It makes you feel good. And I think it's healthy.
And you talk about also purpose in the community. How do you, but it's difficult sometimes to find what works for you. How do you do it?
Well, I think you
went into a small town not knowing anybody.
I didn't know anybody, in Italy. And what I did was, I actually, my inspiration was, under the Tuscan sun, was Frances Mays. And in the end, I was so lonely while we were renovating this house, I rang her up. I found her number. She was selling olive oil. There's this world-famous author. And I said, I don't know anybody. Can I come over? She said, yeah, come have a coffee. And I did. And she's now my go-to girl, and we're great friends. But I think people are often frightened to ask. And when I did this book, I interviewed hundreds of people. about their next chapters, where they'd gone, what was their inspiration, what were the challenges. Not one person said no. So I think people are nervous to ask, but why not? I asked, actually, when somebody on Instagram lives nearby, there's a Canadian woman lives in the next town, and 4 weeks ago I met her for coffee. And I said, do you want to meet up? Because I need friends there. We all need friends. And we think we have a community, but just being in a condo building and waving to somebody is not, you need that feel-good thing, you know?
All right, I appreciate it, Debbie. Thank you very much. It's always great chatting with you.
You too.
I walk away inspired. And
Thank you.
Call
a friend. Just say, let's go out for a drink.
The biggest thing you can do. We've got more coming up on BT after break. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So true.
So true, yeah.